Welcome to this video. My name is Mark Sithian. The date today is December 25th, 2024. This video is going to focus on the empirical rule in statistics. So the empirical rule is also known as the bell curve probability, and it's broken up into three standard deviations of natural probability falling within an average value of 68% or 32%, depending on the difference. And then when we move more towards the outliers or the quote-unquote rarities, then it falls under 5% or 95% or 0.3% and 99.7%. So a good example is if we look at this last example, if we measured the weight of at least 100 cats and plotted their data sets into an XY curve, cat 1, x, y, some weight. So we had a maximum, minimum value established and then an average value calculated by adding the weights of all the cats and dividing it, let's say, by 100 samples. So then a graph can easily be created, if not the actual mathematical or statistical equations. But then when you apply the bell curve with respect to the XY points of standard deviation and the probability data points, then you can trace the bell curve over those XY entries and then posit a probability that actually forms into a bell curve. So this is the organic probability. So if you ask a question or you're curious about some probability of some event or some person, place, or event, any noun or verb you could ask a question about or make a statement about, it's going to fall and obey the empirical rule or the bell curve. So if you're running into those problems in your homework about the empirical rule, that's all this really is. So if I zoom it up a little bit here, we have the standard deviation 1, 2, and 3. So that's 68% probability, 95% probability, and 99.7% probability. And so you can just use this general bell curve here, and then you're able to then decipher the shape of that bell curve into the data sets with the standard deviation symmetry. And so after all these random events have been placed into a organic probability or natural probability, then they go from random or binomial into normal distribution. So that's when the statistical rule, which states that for a normal distribution, almost all observed data will fall within 3 standard deviations of probability. So that's denoted by the sigma value or the mean average, the mu value here. So before going out and taking many data sets and doing many calculations, you could start by asking the question and then forming the bell curve probability. And so if you put a lot of time into actually taking data sets and doing calculations, you're going to end up calculating the same metric data in the bell curve. So this saves a lot of time and may also predict if a statistics project is even worth doing, because the bell curve then identifies the statistical improbability of some project, scenario, question, inquiry, statement, etc. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day.